First off, I'd like to say that I believe my opponents got a little ahead of themselves. There was some data that was presented that I didn't quite mention yet, but she does bring up a good point. 50% of those minimum wage earners are under 24 years old. Now, she talks about college students, but she also talks about that she's not talking about poverty. Does that mean that she doesn't care about those in poverty, that she's rather that college students benefit more than those people that can't even afford to eat? A statistic from an article from James Scher, the article Who Earns Minimum Wage, he states that 4% of minimum wage workers, that only 4% of minimum wage workers are those single parents working full-time, the stereotype that is commonly perpetuated by my opponent's side. He also, let's see, another thing that she brought up, or that she refuted, was that I discussed job loss. And job loss is, yes, the numbers may not be extremely high, but there are more than just job losses, more issues other than just job losses when we increase the minimum wage. Not only will employers cut jobs, but they will actually cut hours, they will cut benefits, they will give priority to employees that are more productive than others, and they will find ways to operate with fewer workers or look to automation options, which means that they'll find ways to work without the people, perhaps give the jobs to robots. But she also mentioned the second earners, and the fact of the matter is that the majority of workers 63% of workers who earn less than $9.50, which is much less than $7.25, the minimum wage, actually live in households that earn over $50,000 a year. Now, I think that completely contradicts what she was saying about second earners, about the second earners. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. That contradicts the fact that I think that states clearly that many of those workers who are on the minimum wage are not in households that necessarily need wage minimum to be increased. Now, another point that I would like to bring up is that the principal source, as stated by Veronica DeRugg in her article, Raising the Minimum Wage, A Tired and Bad Proposal, she states that the principal source of an individual's higher earnings are more in schooling and the accumulation of experience and skills in the labor market. Both of those are discouraged by the minimum wage. If an individual is gaining more money at their minimum wage job, then they're more likely to stay there rather than seek other opportunities to perhaps increase their value. I guess I'd also like to clarify that they did not have a plan of action, so I'm not sure how they propose to raise this minimum wage, and that many jobs will be lost or employment hours or benefits will be cut. Thank you.